Sweet, gentle, broad-minded, and fashionable, this is black tea, which in China popularizes worldwide. Black tea is the most popular tea in the whole world, and the top famous tea produced globally will reach 8.52 million tons in 2025, according to the FAO. And China needs a global volume with more than 40% production capacity, making it top 1 producing country. Equal tea produced in China but exported overseas China tea, while only the tea produced in China and consumed among Chinese tea. Why? Because most likely only Chinese teas are the purest ones, called Kungfu Tea. Black tea's bright history dates back to the late 16th century. It originates in the late Ming Dynasty when the Qing emperor was ready to take over the political power of the Ming, and war were everywhere. In a little village called Tongmuguan, at the border between Jiangxi and Fujian, a troop of soldiers broke the tranquility. Their arrival scared away those armless farmers, but created a wonderful type of tea. Because the soldiers slept on fleshy leaves through the whole night, caused oxidation accidentally. When the farmers returned home, found all the leaves got red. In order to minimize the loss, they had to dry those leaves with local pine wood. However, this batch of tea became a wholesale surprisingly. Of course, wise Chinese always know how to grasp the opportunity, and when their effort to improve the skills, finally, black tea was invented successfully. Later, the skill was spread into other regions. Black tea was produced largely. In order to declaim the authentic of such black tea manufactured in Tongmuguan, it's called Lapsang Shichong, which was thought as a bohei tea for a long time. In 1610, Dutch imported the first batch of black tea back, although someone think it was oolong tea. Later in 1650s, tea landed Britain as well. Since then, black tea, such a tender liquid, had conquered the whole of Europe and the rest of the world. Meanwhile, had achieved Great Britain. To manipulate the other lands, Britain sold tea into other colonies, including North America, and taxed it sky high. Finally, it triggered the War of Independence Revolution in 1773. Of course, to maximize its greediness, Britain decided to explore tea plantations in India and Sri Lanka. Through their shameless efforts, they especially assigned Robert Fortuyn to steal tea sources in China and brought tea workers into India. Britain changed the map of world tea. Both tea and sugar aided Britain, the richest and most powerful country. That's why hierarchically tea, China, and silk once were the luxury things from China and the finest things for the upper class in Europe. But now, black tea mixed with lots of sugar, milk, is the mainstream in the West. Tea, that's an English slang for such soft drink, is thé in French, thé in Italian, tea in Dutch and tea in South Africa. How amazingly they sound similar, because tea was exported either by sea or land, and the maritime Silk Road started in Fujian, where in the dialect, tea is pronounced as day, then later transformed into tea in English. Interestingly, the rest of the world calls such beverage cha or similar sounds, which is a pinyin in Mandarin and dialect in Cantonese too. It's not hard to see that tea arrived in those countries through the land Silk Road. So, no matter how much the world had changed, it never changed the truth that tea originated in China, and Chinese tea is rising now.